So let's talk about film scoring. So that composer called Ennio Morricone, he did a lot of like great movie scores for movies. So he said, music in a film must give more body and depth to the story, to the characters, to the language that the director has chosen. It must say all that the dialogue, image, effects, etc. cannot say. All right, so music is really powerful in a movie. But we need to keep in mind that music in a movie is also accompaniment. It's something like to reinforce the drama, right? So talking about film scoring, the film score in general, the film score should communicate, engage the audience, create moods, and overall, right, reinforce the drama. So composers need to make musical decisions intentionally. So what kind of scale, for example, what kind of like chords, what kind of instruments I'm gonna decide to use. It's all intentional decisions based on what I want to communicate. Of course, in collaboration and under the guidance of the film director. Okay, so it's always about communication with the director. Understand what the director has in mind for that specific scene, for the film overall. What is the narrative of the film? Okay, what is the storytelling? What is the main goal of that film, right? So based on that, film composers start like working and start like thinking about music. I would say most of the work of film composers, like the actual scoring moment, is basically in post production, and then composers really start working on the score and even like we also have the recording, so it's a really tight deadline. Also, over time, audiences have become conditioned to associate certain music or musical styles with certain backgrounds and people. That brings me that idea about cliches. Since film score should also should always communicate um, a mood or communicate a feeling or should engage the audience. So each like composition for film should start with some cliches actually. If I play something like flashback, makes sense. On the other hand, if I play something like, let's say, about that, I was liking going more for comedy actually. Cartoony, yeah, Tom and Jerry, yeah. So I made some decisions, right? The first improvisation I did, I kind of like play slowly, and I choose some notes that evoke that thing. And then the second one, I have more, let's say, short articulations, right? Not too much like sustain notes, so I have more kind of like right? A lot of space, pauses, right? So that's what brings the comedy. I'm using only piano. If I go forward on that and then use, let's say, other instruments, then we're going to like feel that even more. For example, if I use flute, or if I use a trumpet to play something like uh, what does it evoke to you guys? Adventure, yeah. Exploration, yeah, correct. So brass is always evoking something more adventurous, right? Exploration. I mean, I just played for you like the fragment of the theme of Indiana Jones, right? Right? Can you imagine that same theme being played by, again, flute, like this? How about that? Does it evoke the same feeling, the same mood? You can still associate to the main character, right? Because John Williams established that melody, that thematic motif during the entire movie. So you kind of associate that to the main character. But let's say if he presents that theme like this, maybe that's one scene when we have Indiana Jones thinking about his past or something nostalgic or anyway relate to that.